was Maggie, tomato ketchup, टमाटरों का असली स्वाद. That one. And I was Maggie, tomato ketchup. And they're like, ये किसकी आवाज़ है? और all the la 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 yo, la 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 yo.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Arjunscast. So, I'm your host Arjun and I'm here with the golden voice of India, Shaan himself.
Hi Arjun.
So, it's an honor to have you here. And, I'd love for you to sing something for us this once.
Okay.
This is inaugural.
Like a sound check?
Yes.
Any song that you like to hear?
How about Char Kadam?
Okay.
I really like this song.
बिन पूछे मेरा नाम और पता रस्मों को रख के परे चार कदम बस चार कदम चल दो ना साथ मेरे बिन कुछ कहे बिन कुछ सुने हाथों में हाथ लिए चार कदम बस चार कदम चल दो ना साथ मेरे. और आज मैं अर्जुन कास्ट में अर्जुन के साथ चार कदम चलने के लिए तैयार. I have to mention of course that Arjun's dad and me are childhood friends, so this I had to do, and I'm very excited for you Arjun that you're doing something very new, adventurous, and hope you get a lot of interesting people that you can get on your Arjun cast. So Philal, it's me, so we can start chatting on whatever.
It's you. It's a great opportunity and thank you so much. And going to music, what was the inspiration? Like you started at the mere age of 17, your music career?
Actually, if you call singing in front of a mic or singing where your voice has been recorded as a career, then I started at about 5.
5?
Yeah, I started singing, those. I had a nursery rhyme album where me, my sister, we all sang. It was in Bengali. Ete apple ke, bite bat ball niye, chhod kheli, site cater piche, dite dog chote che.
You still remember that?
No, I've been used to singing that through interviews, but I know that
so many languages. I think you sang in Malayalam, Tamil.
Yeah, but in all fairness, I sang it in the times when you can actually sing a line at a time. In fact, even a word at a time. So it's easier. You don't really need to, learn the whole thing, rehearse till it comes into your system. Where how they used to record it till the 80s, mid-80s, used to be all live. That time for artists to sing live is different. Now for us to sing any language is easy because you make a mistake, you just cut and you start from there. You don't start from the beginning again. But yeah, I started singing very early, did a lot of jingles, these children jingles, mostly in a group. Like you become a Montova mom, all those. Viva, it's vitaminized, aao chale hum, lekar apni turbo cycle. I remember the last one I was
about...
Turbo
cycle was big.
Yeah.
What was your first break? What was your break?
Obviously, you couldn't call these my break. These are just fun, and we used to, be in school, and every time I was scared that I hadn't done my homework, and the teacher's going to catch me for it. I used to pray and hope I would see mom out there and request for that, that I have to take him for a recording. Very often it would actually happen. Miracles do happen. She'd be there, and we used to get about $200 for every time we went and sang. Of course, I'm talking about like late 70s, early 80s. So $200 was decent. Yeah, it wasn't bad actually. And so from there on, things kind of started. But I think at about 12 and a half, my voice started. I remember the last, I think it was Maggie, tomato ketchup, टमाटरों का असली स्वाद. That one. And I was Maggie, tomato ketchup. And they're like, ये किसकी आवाज़ है जो इतनी भारी हो गई है, बच्चे की आवाज़ लग नहीं रही है. And so they kept pushing me away from the mic. At one point I was like, they used to have that big dubbing room and there are all these kids around the mic and I'm like, 5 feet away. So I felt I was like almost in tears. I welled up. I got very upset. I told they used to have messengers who used to kind of, oh, tomorrow you have recording, you have to come in so-and-so studio. So I told him, I remember his name was Chota Raju, for whatever reason it was. So I said, "Okay, Rajaji, I don't want to do this anymore."
Was he actually Chota Raj?
Yeah, he was
Chota Raj.
yeah, Chota Raj. He looked exactly like Kapil Dev, but just like imagine Kapil Dev just shrunk to
Miniature.
turn into a miniature.
Okay.
Kapil Dev is now just 5'2". So
Yeah.
so I told him that I don't want to do this anymore and stuff. And then there were a good 3-4 years where the throat was just not coming back, and it kept cracking and urging because I didn't realize that was my changing, the voice was changing. Yeah. So till about 16, 17, I really didn't think I'd ever get back to singing because I kind of completely lost touch. In the meanwhile, I lost my dad, and I had to start supporting the family in a certain financial way, and so there was a lot of other stress. How do I go about doing something? Obviously, I knew that singing again is such a chance thing that you can't make it a career, and just sit back and wait for some recording to come your way. You have to start making money. So while in college itself, I started doing a lot of odd jobs. I'd give tuitions. I'd work as a sales, sales rep. Not sales, like a sales boy at a boutique. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And also used to, that time cable TV had just started.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about then. I mean Doordarshan days and before your your ZTVs and the other they started following Star and all. So they used to have cable TV on Doordarshan. You could sell cable points to people. Convince them that you should get cable TV and just not watch Doordarshan.
Yes.
So used to get commissions on that. So I did a lot of odd jobs. So that went on for about 3 or 4 years.
What inspired you to get into music? Like you had the talent to go with it, but what was the fuel in that passion? Because music is a cutthroat industry. It is,
True.
and being there was you need that relentless in your brain. Like what? Maybe for this person, because of this person, or maybe because of me, or because I know they would have thought that I should do a better job, something like that.
For me, actually, music was an opportunity that I got very easily because of my father being in the industry. He was a composer, so there were a lot of musicians who really even co-composers, his colleagues and seniors who had a lot of respect, and he had a great goodwill in the industry. So, अच्छा मानस का बेटा चले गया, वो मानस जल्दी चले गया. Manas, my father's name was Manas Mukherjee. So we must. I remember like Anu Malik ji, Adish Srivastava ji. They were very kind to open their doors and get me, my sister Sagrika to audition for them, and so that opportunity came around, but it was a while until that happened because I didn't think I was prepared enough to do Bollywood style of singing. Growing up in Bandra, I used to sing more in English. I was a part of a band in college, and also we started the whole pop thing that came on before I got into the Bollywood thing, which we thought was actually much cooler than the kind of songs that were being made at that point.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, basically, I was just having fun at that point. Like you said, what inspired me, what motivated to get into music as such. It was just that by then I was doing jingles, and from $200 the payment had got better to like you'd get like a good from 10 to it had gone up to about 25,000. So it was good money at that point, and quick money because jingles were just sometimes just, I remember one jingle, what was it? Just like tum tum tum, some tums jingle. That was it. Yeah, that's it. Take your check and go. It was superb. So you're partying with your friends, having fun. You go back. Oh, don't worry, it's a jingle. Let's just go there and do some sing a few lines. Yeah. Sometimes you get stuck at that. It could be difficult stuff. But all like take your money and go. Wow. So, but then slowly, I definitely realized that there is some potential in me. Otherwise, people are calling me once and they're calling me again. So then I forget. And also in the meanwhile, I started doing this whole little business I started with my then girlfriend. So we used to do, at that time it's a very strange thing to now talk about in 2020, that people didn't have printers and they didn't have computers. And if they wanted to make like a draft letter, done nicely, they had to get it done from someone.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So right from making visiting cards to drafting letters to now you have a lot of friends, you yourself probably sending out
invites.
Not invites, but you're sending out your letters to various universities and stuff like that. Yeah, that's saying that this is how I am, this is what I'd like to do. If you want to do an MBA course and stuff like that. So even those, a lot of them want to make it nicely. So leisure it well, format it nicely, do all those little touch-ups. I even kind of did a lot of books when East Airlines was still an airline. So we did a lot of their work. When Jet Airways just started, I was making their challans and stuff. So I was doing pretty well with that. It was a company called Page Planners.
How did like go?
It didn't go too well, but we survived, and it would have done better, but I didn't know how to, like. Obviously, there were no funds, and we were just out of a small office, and all I had was one 286 computer machine, which was very slow, and I didn't even have a printer. So every time you take a printout, you had to pay 10 rupees, and then again you come back and it didn't work. So it wasn't a very, but we still we profited a little bit, and through doing that, I also realized that singing is coming much easier to me.
Yeah.
And
It's something natural to you.
it's natural, and there's hardly that much effort. So I said, if I put in that kind of effort into music, then I think there's a better chance
Exactly.
I'll get somewhere in music.
So that kind of hard work in something you're already good at will always give better returns.
Yeah, but I think doing this whole process also, made me understand, you got to have a strong sense of commitment. When you said someone wants something done, and the good thing was I never failed an order. Like if you want it in the evening, I'll be there in the evening.
Yeah.
And I had my cycle or whatever, bus, train, however. I remember getting stuff printed and done in fun days in Ballot Pier. They have that Modi Street, and those streets where you get paper, you get those plastic covers, so screen printing done, all that. Then book a truck or like a small tempo, and then deliver the stuff because I was a proprietor, peon, delivery boy, everything. So it helped me, like, which is why today at 47 I think somewhere in my DNA that's set in that if I've committed, I've got to do it, and I'm never afraid of hard work.
That is why that is why you are where you are, because you know it's huge. It's very difficult to survive and keep surviving in this industry. And you've been a star not just now, but when my dad was just getting into the acting industry to now, where I am thinking of creating content. So two generations.
No, in the sense that what some people just it makes sense that you at some point say that what, I'm gonna hang my boots now. I'm gonna kind of get behind the scenes or something. But if you are physically and mentally feeling as sharp as solid, then it feels a little silly to quit. I feel like I'm on top of my game now. So even though maybe the takers much more, like now it's like 2 decades of active work in Bollywood. So the first decade was like super, from 2000 to 2010 it was just back to back hits, and I was a part of probably every other film. And then from 2010 to 2020 suddenly things just kind of just dried out and stopped, and it gave me an opportunity to try different things. I explored the composer in me. I did some dancing. I did what the heck I could want to do. I'm probably the only artist at this mid 40s who's put out so many songs on YouTube. Mostly it's more of the younger ones, originals. I've at least put out about 10 originals by now. I don't think any of my regular, my colleagues and in the fraternity have been able to do that. And this year I want to make that even bigger. So what's good is that I've got more proactive, which took me a while to get there. But then I realized that since I still want to sing, I'll have to make it happen by myself.
So how was the change in the music industry? Becoming technology, the distribution has changed so much.
Right.
It's not just movies now. It's a very big part of a song going on YouTube, going on Spotify, going on Saavn. The amount people are eating up music, this amount they're spending time. So does it ever feel for you that you don't like the kind of music you're making? You're just making it for the public so that it's going on it, or is it for you that no, I want to do this. This is the song I want to do. That's why you do it.
No, my taste in music is a very populist taste in music. Yeah. At the same time, I have certain do's and don'ts, as you say. So, in the sense, it can be populist. At the same time, it should be positive. It should not have any negative connotations. I don't want to make music that is that's got a lot of ashleelta, as they say, because growing up, I've got two growing up boys. I want to set a good example for them. I also believe that music has to bring out a positive side to you when you're listening to music. It should not take you to a dark zone, make you feel low, sad, or depressed, or it should kind of relieve you rather than kind of push you into a different zone, a dark zone or whatever, like make you feel all whatever. I don't want to
It
get into
should
that.
uplift you, not
Yeah,
push
but
you
beyond
down.
that, I'm not into like let's do a music on like साढ़े छः मात्रा में गाना बनाऊंगा और I'm gonna like prove what a versatile singer I am, and I'm gonna like really do some Delhi licks around and all this stuff. So that is not what I make. Music has to be soothing to the ear. It has to come easy. When it comes easy to you, it's gonna come easy to the
The
listener.
audience. Yeah.
I try to keep it fresh. I try to keep it original. I've never copied anyone's compositions. So that is something that I've got from my father, because he had a very strong integrity when he made his music. So I wouldn't want to let him down. Wherever he is watching, he doesn't want to say, "Arey yaar, ye mera beta kya kar raha hai?" So, but beyond that, no. Obviously, you have to go with the times. I cannot make a song that doesn't seem like a song from today, and expect that my listeners, who are all as young as you guys, would like it, because it's gonna alienate you. You're gonna wonder
You
what the
need to
heck is this
adapt to
doing.
it.
Yeah. So I have to adapt, and within those parameters, I have to make it while keeping it entertaining. I have to be able to come up with something that's original and fresh. That's the
Have you
challenge.
tried rapping?
Yeah, I've done a little
How
bit of
is it?
rapping.
Do you like it?
I think if you're a singer and you're already singing on time, right? So rapping is actually very easy. It's just typed. Rapping is about the poetry. I mean, rapping is about what you're saying. It's not about
It's like fast poetry. It's like
Yeah, but see, some of them are rapping at that 100 BPM, and no, it's not even fast. So I could rap much faster. But what's happened is that yeah, because I mean it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, and it's about the content of what you're rapping about. So when you listen to a lot of like the big international rappers, they have their own history, they have their own story, they have their own the way they've lived their lives, and they rap about that. So
life
where they're coming
experiences.
from. Whereas now here rap is like a filler. They want to put like a. But I love what is going on right now with Divine and
Yeah, exactly. Talking
Nuclear
about
and all
current
these,
issues
current
through rap,
issues, and putting
etc.
that through rap and all that. That's pretty exciting.
Because like not demeaning anybody, but certain artists who started talking about rap as materialistic things only. They're only talking about females, drugs, drinking, etc. The whole idea of rap went away, because the idea of rap is talking about current issues plus a little music. Kind of a lot what Radhika auntie is doing through Happy Demic.
Right.
Yeah, what Divine does, he talks about a lot of things which are happening right now, which
True.
we should change.
True.
अपना time आएगा.
No, I love that film, and I love that whole vibe, and I think definitely. I mean, see, as a genre, every genre has its place. Every genre has good music and bad music. So you cannot just say that, oh, this genre is like, even if like it took me a long time to actually sort of get excited about EDM music, because that was really dumbifying things. Just four lines. You do 8-bar breaks. You do those lifts. You do those drops. But you have to look at everything positively, and then I realized, yes, there is a journey. There's a certain way that they take you, they drop you, they throw you, and you can't listen to EDM as a song. You got to listen to it as an experience.
Exactly.
So it works better that way. So it's important to kind of immerse yourself into what you're listening to, and you have to be positive about what it is. But some stuff in the same genre, it's just very difficult to because they just you can tell this guy is just faking it. There's nothing going on there.
After a point of time, like,
And most of it happens in Bollywood, so who am I to actually judge? Because here it's all about a hit song, hit song, hit song. So keep it all fluff, keep it all fun. Don't get too deep into anything.
okay, so being Shaan, being such a big star, how you so humble? How you so
Because I never
giving?
thought I'm much of a star.
Oh,
I
please. You are you promote so many
Well,
songs.
you know what comes what makes you a star is when you start believing in that.
Okay.
And then it has its perks, it has its good things, because then you kind of hold yourself in a certain esteem, and you have that swag, and you've got that whole thing going. You got your paraphernalia, you got your entourage and stuff like that. And so if you want to enjoy that bit, it's great. And then people take you more seriously also. They think, oh man, no, this guy's big, man, he's a star. He's got security guards with him and stuff like that. And he wears dark glasses, even indoors. But you lose out on basic fun stuff in life, and that's something that. So I don't want to be that kind of a star. I'd rather be approachable, easy, talk with youngsters like you, understand what's going on in your mind.
You're very approachable. You connect with our generation too. You connect with that generation too. A lot of when you say, okay, being a star is something mental.
Yeah.
So once you understand you're a star, you just close yourself. Then it's
you miss out on so
like,
much. Yeah.
That opportunity isn't good enough for me.
Right.
Everything isn't good enough for me.
True.
Unless or until Shah Rukh in this in that movie, I'm not doing that song. Yeah.
That is true. That is true. And so it works for you, because a lot of people take you seriously when you take yourself seriously. But in life, you miss out on a lot more.
Yes.
So, and what happens is that every time life's not going to go the way you want it to go. So you feel in your head you're a star, and but others don't. You're going to feel really miserable at some point. But if you enjoy what is going on with yourself, you keep meeting new people, you keep going with the flow, you're open to new things, new ideas, then you keep learning, exploring. It's so much more fun.
Yeah.
And every day is a new day.
So, how long has it been for you? 30 years in the music industry?
If you're talking about starting at 5, then much more. I'm 47 now, so that'll be 42 years. But I wouldn't want to count that, because a lot of it was just fun. But I think about 25 years now.
This is a very broad question, but who is the best, the one person who you work with, and you're like, my God, this is the person who I want to look up to. Who is the person?
It's such a long journey now. There are so many amazing people that I met
42
along the
years,
way.
So many people that you meet.
Yeah, and most of them, awestruck by so many great composers. You wonder how they even came up with those tunes and stuff. But you know what? The real issue here is that I had this genius that I was I was born to, and he put the yardstick, or he drew the line so high that in terms of talent, I still cannot find someone who can actually meet the kind of. That's my father.
Yeah.
So even his compositions that he made, like in the in the late 70s, 80s, even at that point, it didn't feel like anyone else's song. And even after all these years, they still have a certain identity to
that
them.
Uniqueness.
Yeah, and his integrity in music was so strong. His knowledge on not just classical or folk or western or everything. So as such a complete musician who could play almost every instrument, he would not just compose but also arrange his songs, conduct the songs on the floor, sing the songs pitch perfect to the singers. Just that we lost him very early, but from all the great legends, from thanks to him, I actually got to see Lata ji, Asha ji sing live. Kishore Kumar, who in our generation has actually seen Kishore Kumar sing live? That's happened. There was a time when I was too young then to understand, but yeah, even my sister sang a song for with Muhammad Rafi Sahab, my dad's composition, where I saw that growing up. So so all these.
Song with Muhammad Rafi.
Yeah, there was a song called खुशबू में फूल नहीं हूँ जो मुरझाऊंगा. Ironic that that song today connects so much me to my dad, because that's what they're saying, that I'm not a flower that's gonna just wither away. I am that essence, and whenever you think of me, whenever that वो season आएगा, जब मौसम लहराएगा, मैं आ जाऊँगा. Nida Fazli Saab, such a great writer. So grown up with such great, amazing legends. Nida Fazli, now that we're talking about him, I think he was one of the greatest poets, lyricists there is in our country. Yogesh ji, he's written so many songs from Kahin Dur Jab Din Dhal Jaye, and they were all at home. So I grew up with
that vibe in your house. Yeah.
So it was very difficult to get really, really in awe of anyone at the, when I started working with the composers.
The stakes were already so high when you started. Yeah.
But what I liked was a lot of, they brought in that zing verve. They had a certain style which, like, like if I have to name my favorite composers would be, say, Jatin Lalit. They really, तूने मुझे पहचाना नहीं. That was one of my first big songs. जाना मैं कोई अनजाना नहीं. Or like ये हवाएं जुल्फों में तेरी गुम हो जाए. So Adeshi had a very, very strong connect with him, and I really miss him a lot. He just went too early. And even with singing for Anuji was such a long legacy from the late 70s and even till today, and you learn so much from them. I sang a lot for Himesh Reshmiya. We kind of, probably 1 or 2 years here and there, we kind of started together, but we kind of almost formed a formidable team, and I've sung over 50 odd songs for him, all kinds of songs. And his commitment to his work, and so you learn from all of them. You learn different things from different people. But I've grown singing for all of them. Then of course Shankar Ehsan Loy, and of course Vishal Shekhar. I mean, we started together, and they brought in a whole new generation of music. They really brought in the whole Western element and kept melody going. So Preetham, of course, Sajid Wajid, who are now one of my closest, dearest friends. So I don't want to miss out on any of the names, so I'm not getting into that. Shantanu Moitra, they've all been really wonderfully helpful. You learn from everyone. So sorry, it took a really long time to answer that question of yours.
No, please. But it is a very broad question.
Yeah. So all my composers have really contributed in helping me, push myself as a singer. And there are lots of like I haven't sung so much for Salim Sulaiman, but I really love, again, when it comes to integrity, they got some great songs, and they've been able to imbibe folk, classical within a film, Western stuff in a film music thing. So brilliant. I mean, Anand Rajanand, he has his own style and commercial fun that he.
It's crazy the amount of you just keep remembering.
Yeah, that so many. Yeah. Mister, I'm sure someone's going to be upset because there's so many wonderful composers and so many songs over the years.
So for kids my age,
Rajesh Bappi Da.
Having one more, you have two sons.
Yeah.
One which is almost my age.
True.
So, what would you like to say to us? Like that one thing which you feel, because I know a lot of people who do not listen to the same age people, the same age as you being an idol is who you are.
I don't know how much influence the kids could probably be from what I have to say, but I'll say it any which way. Because it is something that is very close to my heart. These are trying times. They're very difficult times for kids your age, this age, the millennials or whatever they want to call them. Probably you and another 10 years ahead of you. There's still that 90s, so you guys actually after that. But having said that,
I think we are between the millennials and the younger ones were like Gen Z or something.
Whatever. Let's not put them into boxes so much. But having said that, at least we grew up knowing what the difference was, so we could tell that there's social media, there is this, and then there is the real thing. So real and virtual, we've seen them both. So we try and kind of figure a balance. But when you're growing up with so much of it's so blurred. The lines are so blurred between virtual and real. And somewhere that self-worth and all, we had a lot of chat about all that, so let's not get into all that. But it's very important for us as parents or as grown-ups to be able to, just have a continuous one-to-one connection with the kids, not on the phone or on our WhatsApp chats, but actually as real people. And that's something that I really want to also talk to you guys. It's at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, your inner peace and your inner feeling of fulfillment, where that compassion comes from, is not about how you put in, yes, today I woke up and I put that chat on that thing, yeah man, I'm with you bro, and those kind of things, because you do know that you're sometimes you're sitting on the pot and sending beautiful love notes to your girlfriend. You know how that is, but you can't be doing that when you're talking with her, right? So you gotta be in it completely when you're doing something, when it's for real. So basically keep it real, keep it more one-to-one. Don't miss out on your real friends, just to cope up with your friends on social media. Don't miss out on family. Don't miss out on, and any moment that you are in, this is such a big distraction. This phone and all that whole world that is there, that phone can connect it to you, is actually such a big distraction from being in the moment. So it's very important to give you 100% in whatever you do. And that is where I'm finding trouble with, guys, getting that complete 100% concentration in what you're doing. Is why what is happening is that, you're in a hurry. So someone is saying something, you've got 2 minutes of it, then you've lost the plot because something else has come on your mind, or you want to check what's going on your phone. You got a ping from somewhere. So that has become, and we never grew up with that. So we could, we had that chance to, put our ears to someone, focus on what we are doing because there was no such distraction. So it's a very trying, difficult time, but I would just like to say that, from time to time, keep that phone away and focus completely, whether it's some creative art that you're doing or it's, you're doing your, the sciences. So the only way you can actually connect totally is to be 100% where you are. Enjoy that moment. Even if it's a struggle, enjoy the struggle.
So, when you think about, you have this platform, and you're using it for so many good things. That's what I feel. You know, what Happy Demek is doing, how the song Tick 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 Tick, yeah, that song,
Plastic song, yeah. Tick Tick Plastic. Yeah.
And it's such a, you think about how well people can use their, influence to do something nice. And for you, having such a big influence in the whole community, how do you feel you have used your influence? Like the impact you have already had. When you think about
I'd like to be realistic. I'd like to be honest. A lot of people think it's being humble or it's being modest, but that's not true because I'm a realistic kind of person, and I know that what a 20-something can do to influence this generation is tenfolds to what I can do because they've already written me off as old daddy guy यार वो अंकल क्या बोल रहा है यार पापा के टाइम के यार वो तो बड़बड़ करेंगे ही. So it's the way it works. I guess when I was a teenager or a youngster, I would probably be thinking like that myself. What does he know about our bloody pains and struggles?
When you were like,
but having said that, for me, it's very important that I keep doing that, even if it's going to not that many people.
Yeah.
At least someone it could make a change. And since
one
we've
is
got
greater
this,
than zero.
Yeah, definitely. Since I've got this voice, I've got this opportunity. I can work towards. I strongly feel about social change, so I should do that. So from time to time, I've always been a part of any of these songs, be it I don't know, be it anything that is about a positive song towards change. I've done that, and not just songs. Been a part of a lot of these movements, and so I enjoy that. I love it because all of us are just stuck doing what we do, but it's what we do besides that is what really matters.
Exactly. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'll wrap up.
Sure.
So before wrapping up, just two questions.
Sure.
One, for me, what advice would you like to give me and podcasters or content creators like me who are just starting out on YouTube or other platforms? What do you think would be something you could tell us?
Well, of course, I mean, podcast is something that, is really enjoyed now, and there are a lot of people who look at it as a serious content. It's not like just, but depends on how you want to put it
Exactly.
out. And, but yeah, the point is that, most of the people that you're going to be interviewing have been interviewed before. Yeah. So as an advice, I'd like to say that, you got to do your homework. You got to find out, what is that one thing about that person is that's not been, explored enough, asked about. You got to ask more pointed questions. You got to make them feel a little uncomfortable. I think you should do it, and then you should be able to, so you'll get something more than just what they want to talk about. Because here it's like it's all like a one-way traffic. Whatever you say, I'm going to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
But if you put me in a corner, then I'll have to
say what I want
pull my out. Yeah, then you'll get me in your place. So yeah, you should do that. You should do that. You should make them a little uncomfortable, and for the listener, that'd be very interesting.
Okay, great.
You want to try that with me? You want to think of something crazy?
Okay.
Anything off your head?
Okay.
I'm not going to complain to your dad.
Okay, Papa, so if you're watching this, yes.
It's Arjunscast.
So, okay. I would like to ask you, how did you feel, or you know, how was it when you took the pressure of your dad passing away? You know, going ahead in the world and realizing, okay, I need to do this. Now I'm in the real world. I have to take everything in my hand.
Right.
How was that feeling?
No, honestly, see, I was just 14. I was still in school, and it didn't really register the the depth of the whole situation. And slowly it did happen. And I think until then, I had a very strong mother. My sister, elder sister Sagrika, also kind of understood it much better than me at that point, and they really eased me into that situation. But yes, by the time I was in a year or two, by the time I was 16, 17, I figured that I can't just go on playing my sports, doing my thing. I am now the man of the house in a way, and mom's been working so hard, sister's been doing her thing. I need to also put in some time and action into this. So that happened, and I always felt my dad's presence like a guiding light with me. So that also kind of, I never really felt he's not there. I know, somehow felt that he was around, and I still believe that he was around. So whatever success or whatever I got in life was somewhere, he was making it happen, because it came very easy compared to a lot of people, to me. So I think that was his master plan somewhere.
So, the last question which I would like to ask you,
Hmm.
something I promised to Radhika I would ask you.
Okay.
So, we were talking about basically, how womenpreneurs, etc., etc., and how people ask her, how is it working with the man part?
Hmm.
She asked me, why don't people ask Shaan, how is it when you film those music videos with tons of girls? How does it feel, doing that? You're with, those 100, 200 models, that beach house doing that.
Sadly, I have not made those massive music videos, not 100, 200, but yeah, thoda bahut.
जितना भी मतलब
It is awkward, in the last, it is awkward for the last, 5 or 6 years, because most of them are, just a little older than my kids. So it's a little weird. But I just imagine that I'm playing that part, and, you go through that, and of course, I do not exchange numbers. That's a promise to the wife. Not that if I did, it's gonna get any further, because they still call me uncle after the shoot is over, so it doesn't really matter. But
I'll make sure
yeah,
this
but I know,
week
where she's coming from. That at the end of the day, why do women always have been asked that you're working with a partner who's male, and how does your husband feel about that? And honestly, I have absolutely no qualms about it. I've been very encouraging. In fact, I really think that if someone has that talent in her, and if she's not using it, then that is like really, that's criminal. And if your husband can't be that understanding, then it shouldn't be a one-sided thing at all. That the wife has to constantly be the support system.
It's like something dragging you down.
Yeah. So, and I think, and as a couple, it's very important that you be each other's strengths, rather than it's just a one-sided thing. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on
Thank
this
you. Thank
podcast.
you.
So thank you guys for watching, viewing, subscribing. If you're hearing it on Spotify, iTunes, or here on YouTube, so subscribe, like, share. Please do go on the Instagram of Shaan Uncle. Please have a look there. It's singer_Shaan.
Yes.
Have a look at his songs. I know you have, because I have to. Every one of us have. So please go about it and like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.